Hey, Pastor Dan here from Dexter Gospel Church. Thanks for watching this Proverbs Practical. In our last video, as we began chapter 19, we saw the importance of integrity. This next verse speaks of two kind of connected conditions that are not really good for us. Proverbs 19 verse 2. Proverbs 19:2 says, "Also that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good. And he that hasteth with his feet sinneth." One of the great themes of Proverbs is that wise people are learners. They are constantly in pursuit of knowledge because no matter how smart you are, you can't make good decisions without good information. It's possible to have the best of intentions, yet do more harm than good because you didn't take something into account when you made a decision. So this verse kind of flips that around. Instead of saying that the wise are always learning, it's saying that it's just not good for people to be without knowledge. Humans need truth. We need information. The soul is the life force of the person, what sets us apart from the rocks and trees. We need knowledge on a soul level. Humans were intended to be learners. So when we betray that by willful ignorance, it's really not good. Well, then the second phrase comes into play about hasting with our feet. So that implies maybe a consequence of the first phrase. It tells us that the person who's in a rush, the person who hurries into things, is going to sin. It's the word for sin that speaks of missing the mark. There was a right decision to be made. There was a right thing to be said, a right action to be taken. And the person was in such a hurry that they missed it. They didn't do the right thing, say the right thing. They didn't take the right course of action because they were in a hurry. The implication seems to be that the reason they blew it was because they didn't know any better. They were without knowledge. They were in a hurry, so they didn't check it out, so they made a mistake. And sometimes mistakes are sins. They're missing the mark. When we should know better, when we could know better, when we would know better if we had just taken the time and effort to think through it and to study it out. So let's not be hasty ignoramuses. Don't jump to conclusions. I know that gaining knowledge takes work, but it's worth it to say and do the right things. I know that sometimes a decision has to be made with the information that we have at a particular time. There's a deadline on it. But most of the time, we can take the time to find out what we need to know before we rush into a decision and maybe miss the mark and possibly even sin. So let's be lifelong learners. So when the moment of decision comes, we've got the information we need to make the right decision rather than plunging in unaware that we're stepping into sin, missing the mark. Let's tread knowingly so that we might tread righteously and wisely. If this video is a help to you, hit like on it and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. We'd love to hear from you in the comments, and we'd love to see you at Dexter Gospel Church. Until next time, I hope you stay well and keep learning.